Hello everyone, my name is Kira and I love basketball as I suppose you know. Yeah, it was basket illuminated, ball illuminated. I really love it and that's why I decided to talk about it and his culture in USA. But what is basketball? Officially, a basketball game it's played by a maximum of 5 players per team on the court. But there can also be some more players at the bench, some some replacement players to rest. It doesn't mean you can't play. In the United States, then I'll explain why only in the United States. A basketball game has 4 quarters. It's divided in 4 quarters of 12 minutes each one. First one and second one compose first half, and the other ones compose the second half. Between first half and second half, there's a break time of a maximum of 15 minutes to rest. Now let's talk about basketball regulations. Come on. If you realize a few seconds ago, I was talking about a basketball game duration in United States. Why I said only in United States? So easy. Well, the National Basketball Association NBA is not inside the International Basketball Federation, most commonly known by the French acronym FIBA. So the regulation is different in every federation. But we are not going to talk about FIBA, so let's talk about basic rules in the NBA. Let's start explaining what is the shot clock violation. When a team enters to the front court, they have only 24 seconds to score at the opponent's hoop. If it fails to do so, which is not quite common, but sometimes it's happen, it's called against the defending team. The second rule we are going to talk about is out of bounds. It's the jargon of being outside or beyond the end line. If the ball goes out of bounds while in possession of one team, then it's given to the opposite. Personal foul. When the referee gives it, it means that there have been one illegal contact between opponent players. Double dribble. If you drop the ball and then you pick it up again, it's called double dribble violation, even if you do that with one hand. Traveling in basketball. If you take more than 2 steps in a row without bouncing the ball, it's called by a traveling foul. Really, it's quite common among youngsters. Oh, don't forget it. You can touch the ball with any part of the body except the knee. Now let's talk about basketball history. Basketball was born at Springfield University in the winter of 1891. It was born as an alternative to be able to practice sport indoor, like an answer to the cold winter in the north of the United States. His designer was James Naismith, a Canadian physical education at Springfield University teacher. He was ordered to fulfill the mission of designing a sport that could be practiced indoor. 1 year later, Naismith and Mahon named the sport. First, They decided to call Naismith Ball, but then they changed to the actual name. The first basketball game dates of 11th March of 1892. It was played between teachers team and students team at Springfield University. Students team won the match by a result of 5-1. At the beginning, basketball was played with a soccer ball. The first official basketball ball was brown, but then they changed the color to the actual orange. Pitch boxes were used like basketball until they were replaced in 1906 by metal hoods with backboards who were introduced because people who was watching the games, the match, try to interfere at ball in the ball movement through the hoop. College basketball history. By 1895, basketball was established at several high schools. Many amateur sports and colleges clubs quickly followed it. Some years before the First World War, the AAU and the IAAUS built for control of the Rosebud game. The National Basketball League was born in 1898. First basketball team was Pittsburgh Union College. It was created 1 year after Young Men Christian Association. In 1901, colleges began sponsoring men's games. In 1905, Rosebud was prone by many football injuries to suggest that colleges form a governing body forming the resulting the IAAUS that would change its name in 1910. The first championship tournament was organized in 1938. High school basketball history. During the 20s, basketball became the ideal interscholastic sport. His popularity was unrivaled in many parts of America. There isn't any official tournament actually, but the most serious effort was the National Interscholastic Tournament at Chicago, which was used to recruit professional players to the prep. We have to remark too some Catholic basketball tournament, like the one which is celebrated at Loyola University from 1924 through 1941. Professional basketball history. Teams abounded throughout the 20s. There were hundreds of men's professional basketball teams all over the cities and towns from all the USA, and the brainstorming squad appearances, like original Celtics from Boston, increased a lot. In 1946, BAA was formed. The first professional game was played on the 1st November 1946 in Toronto between Toronto Huskies and New York Knickerbockers. 3 seasons later, BAA merged with National Basketball League to form the National Basketball Association, better known than NBA, which is actually the best basketball league in the world. It's known from all over the world too. Women basketball history. Sadly, women basketball, it's been many years under men's basketball. That's why a big part of its history is unknown. It began in 1892 when Sandra Berson, a physical education teacher at Smith University, changed basketball rules to adapt it to women. I'd like to finish my video honoring to some clubs, historic clubs. For example, Lakers, Celtics, which were between the most awarded clubs in NBA history, and players like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, the biggest Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, which died sadly recently this year, and which will be in our memory, in the memory of who of us who love basketball like me. And that's all. I hope you liked it, the video and you learned more basketball.